hot for this time of the year. What do you see coming up with preparing for this?
A lot of work. Really, my wife and I and daughter have already sit down and I just had this discussion last night, and it's going to take lots of water. So I figure I'm going to start with water Friday. I may water all night Friday night and Saturday. Actually, I guess what I'm gonna set kind of this Saturday is our bug night for practice. So it's gonna be, I'll base that off what I have to do for the following race for the Dream of the Green.
One more question pertaining to that with track preparation. Do you feel that by not having the carts there, that weekend is going to help in preparation?
It will be a help because a lot of these guys don't like me when I water that racetrack, but I am going to turn that track to mud and I'll bring it back to a good racing surface for everybody.
Great.
Next question, back to Sean Stoltz. Sean, as our panel has asked, Mike has answered, you'll be racing two divisions this year. Last year you came out very quick and I think doubled up on opening night both divisions. Do you feel you have a better opportunity to win easier in the 270 or 600 at the Dream at the Green?
Yeah, the question was, do I seem to have a better opportunity in the 600 versus the 270 at the Dream of the Green? The answer to that question, I don't know that I'd have a better opportunity in one class or the other. You know, honestly, there's stiff competition in both classes. These guys, you know, the past few years have a lot of good stuff behind them. So everybody's bringing their A game, you know, excellent equipment. You know, we've been working hard on the off season and preparing new cars and trying to get everything that we need to, you know, to be on top of this event. You know, our goal is to come home with them both if we can, and we're going to do everything we can to do that. I think we have a really good opportunity, you know, to come home with them.
Sean, last year, at the beginning of the year, you came out like gangbusters.
Yep.
It seemed like you were winning almost every time you got into the car. What is it about you and how well you run at Greenwood?
Yeah, I mean, you know, definitely, I don't care what track you're at. I think if you have a lot of laps around the track, you know, it helps. If you're racing at that same track week in, week out, you know, the more laps, the better. I just think, you know, the guys that help out on the car, I think my dad and uncle, sells everybody, you know, putting those cars together. They know what I want in the race car. You know, they give it to me week in and week out. We communicate. You know, they know what I want as far as setup, and you know, we have a good feedback, good communication. So, like I said, I think that'll be the A game to be on top.
Mike, next question. Like Ross, you've won just about everywhere and everything. Out of the whole event last year, I think your comment that last year's event, the RTS 10K 270 Challenge, ranked up in your top 5 races ever. That was the best compliment I felt I could have got as a promoter. If you were to win the Dream at the Green, where would that rank?
Well, one of the things that makes a race special to me is kind of how the whole weekend's played out, whether you've overcome adversity or come from somewhere deep in the field. Obviously, it's a real big race, and if we were fortunate enough to start up front and get a win, you know, that'd be a big thrill. But what made last year's race really special was, you know, being able to come from 24th. And granted, we only got the third, but it was still a very good time. And you know, we'll see what happens. You know, Greenwood, I don't run there all that often. We've only won there one time in each division. Obviously, most of the guys sitting here have a lot more experience there than I do, so we're, I hate to say it, we're probably a little bit of an underdog compared to these guys. I know it's flashy, I got the plain black suit, all these guys are looking pretty in their colors. You know, we'll show up. I'll lobby Jerry to make the track a little different to take away their advantage, and hopefully we'll have a good run against them.
Yeah. Jake, I want to kind of build on that whole experience factor that we've been talking about. You've obviously got a lot of laps at Greenwood, but when we look at the rest of the panel up there, these guys are racing 2, 3, some of them 4 nights a week, and you're basically a Saturday night racer at Greenwood. Do you feel that's a big disadvantage, or is your experience on that track kind of the equalizer?
don't know, it might be a little, I run it every week, and I think it helps a lot. 2003 used to run 3 nights a week, and it just like the way food places back. So I just have no money behind me that run every week, so I just Greenwood's 5 minutes from my house, and I just go up there and race every Saturday. I could only ran like 12 times last year, but this year I'm going to put a full season together and play for Greenwood. Try for the points.
If you had to rank your chances, knowing who some of the competitors are going to be, what kind of odds would you give yourself for the dream?
Yeah, as good as anybody, I guess. I mean, anybody can do it. I mean, it's all, it's fun racing these guys and it's tough and just fun out there and just go to get there first, I guess, is the winner.
There you go.
Does that mean are you going to put any added pressure on yourself, because of living so close to that's basically the home track? If you're right there in your backyard, obviously you got to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, a little extra pressure there. I mean, everybody thinks Jerry's my uncle, since he's my aunt, that I'm out there practicing every week, but I have never been out there practicing every week. But it puts a little more pressure. I got a lot of people come out there and watch and support me there, so I just got to try to just take a deep breath and do what I got to do.
Jake, one more question for you that they kind of segued in. On a normal Saturday night at Greenwood, there's about 20 to 30 cars in the 600 division. We're anticipating 60 plus. Not so much the competition level, but do you circle bigger races on your calendar when they're at the Speedway?
No, I just come out there and run every race like it's another race at Greenwood. I mean, you just like, get that big race built up on you and put so much pressure on you there and you don't do so well or anything. So, no, it's just like another race. Just gotta run what we can do.
Right. Next question, Rob and Joe. Rob, from one champion to another, both being track champion speedways, we asked a lot of these other guys where they're winning from. If you were to take home Dream at the Green, argue possibly the biggest race in the track's history, how would that rank in proudness of winning the Dream at the Green or winning the 2011 track championship?
I tell you what, been running Greenwood a long time. I consider it a home track. I left the Speedway 2 seasons ago to try out another track. Became very discouraged at that other track. A lot of bad things happened, a lot of guys just driving over their head. Came back to Greenwood the following year on a mission to win the championship. Did. That was huge to me. I've never won a big name race, and especially something this big. Winning something this big would mean the world to me. I'd be extremely proud, and I know it would make my dad and everybody that helps out on the car just thrilled to death. And it's just, that would be something, that would be something that would be really important.
Next question, Ross Burchak. Ross, being that you're also local at Greenwood Valley, you seem to be very successful in bigger races. I know you've won the Ladies National multiple times, Blaze Alexander multiple times. Some have you dubbed to be the favorite of the 270 winner. Does that apply more pressure? What's your thoughts on that?
I really don't feel any more pressure than a normal race. Like Mike said earlier, racing has a lot to do with luck. There are going to be a lot of big name guys there, and it's going to be a lot of racing. It's not just, start on the pole, it's a longer race, fuel stop in the middle. There's a lot of factors there versus, a normal race. But at the same point in time, you really can't get yourself worked up because in the end, you may drive yourself crazy.
I don't care what Ross says, he's a favorite.
Thanks, Mike. A lot of people are also maybe unaware of the fact that during the course of last year, Ross and myself and Jake, a lot of guys that run there weekly, really kind of started leaning on Jerry to say, hey, let's change this track up a little bit. Let's see what we can get out of this. Let's see if we can get some speed out of this place. And Jerry really came at it with it, and he threw a lot of banking at the track towards the tail end of last year there. And the racing, the passing, up the top, on the bottom, really increased. So I think it's going to be anybody's game when it comes to where you start. I think you got a shot from pretty deep, except if I wreck Mike.
Next question to Mr. Zierfoss. Go ahead.
The good news is it'll hopefully be a two-group track, and we'll get to see Ross, catfishing around the bottom, and I'll be on the top. And, the 600 race, I'll probably be catfishing around the bottom, and Zierfoss will be trying to tear down the wall. So it ought to be entertaining.
Very good. To the guy that'll be tearing down the wall, Brock Zierfoss. Brock, a lot of us in the sport know you have moved up, you ran some 358 races in a full-size sprint car, and you're going to do that again this year. As a promoter, Jerry and myself are very excited to hear that you choose to attend this race versus Seal and Grove Speedway's 358 Open. What has you coming to the Dream at the Green versus running a full-size sprint car?
Well, I mean, the competition in either class is, stellar. Everything, the payout and everything like that for you guys is back through is real good for this race. And we plan on running full time for a Rookie of the Year points championship like that at Seal Grove in the 358. But the season opener, the first day, it's not going to hurt nothing for us. I think the competition here is going to be real tough, and I'm looking forward to debuting the Edge chassis. Susquehanna Valley Speed Shop and Moose LZ and all them guys there for to get it in the States and at the local tracks there and see what we can do.